Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Tig once again with another good show waiting in the wait for you. Hope you guys are having a good night and everything is doing good with you guys. So another Thursday, another show we're gonna do. So let me get it straight. Put my little lovely mug on the screen. Hey, how you guys are doing? It's Thursday night, another episode of Project Open Mic. So hope you guys are having a good night and everything is good with you. And that we are gonna get into some topics tonight, of course, that we need to talk about. So with that, tonight's episode, again, I want to thank Facebook, YouTube, of course, Tampa FM. We're gonna be having a conversation on some really good topic. Well, like I said, a good topic tonight, talking about how the world gone mad. There are things we need to talk about. But like I said, we're gonna be having talk about something topical, so stuff right there and then, what's going on now, and of course some issues that we need to bring up, as man, it's just getting a little crazy and crazier out there. So with that said, again, thank y'all for joining me for the time, and those who are watching this a little bit later, hope you guys are doing pretty well. And things are going good for a good night with y'all. I hope you guys, yeah, you can play in the background. You don't have to hear just hear my voice. But let's see what we have going on tonight, because there are a lot of craziness going on tonight in this world, and that really is the question: has the world gone mad? You know, in this world, and so we see how it is. So again, I want to shout out to people who are coming in. Tempo FM, again, a lot of you guys are, thank you for y'all support over the years. And again, it's just streaming on YouTube and Facebook. You can go out there and check it on YouTube, or Project Open Mic Project Open Mic on YouTube. And again, remember, you can catch us at Project Open Mic at t3@gmail.com, and Project Open Mic on Twitter, Instagram. Like I said, that's how it's going to go. So tonight, like I said, the conversation is about critical thinking, simple sense is on the decline, because there's so much stuff happened this week. A lot of stuff happened this week. We have a lot of stuff to go through. Now, for those who don't know, I am trying. I don't know if this year I'll start it or not, but I am going to work on a documentary. Sad that one of the persons I wanted to be a part of the documentary, things didn't happen. It couldn't work out with her to be a part of it, because she will be intricate to the documentary, but hey, it is what it is. But I am working on a documentary called The Black Curse, and the Black Curse that's in African American, basically America, and we have a conversation about that. And hope may start this week. Need some more gear and stuff. As you can see behind me, I have softbox cameras, all kind of stuff that I'm going to record and go to other places and record people to have a part of this. But when I really do start it, I will let you guys know about it. So that when that time comes, I'll let you know. Right now, I have to talk about the big topic of the day, which is not of the day, of the week. So Joe Biden has announced his running mate, which is Kamala Harris. Not surprised. I'm not shocked. A little bit I'm shocked. I'm not gonna be lying. I'm a little bit shocked because I thought he would have gone with somebody else. Well, let's put it this way. I don't think Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris. I think that his party picked Kamala Harris. He didn't pick Kamala Harris because she is a whole heap of mess. A whole heap of mess. If I was Joe Biden, like I said, Karen Bass would have been one. Susan Rice, no. A lot of people are like, oh, it should have been Susan Rice. No. She had her baggage, and she's just her lives has cost lives as well too. So it just messed up. Karen Bass, I think, would have been a better choice. You don't know her you don't know her skeleton closet. I do, but a lot of people don't know. So you'd have to be, at least people have to search for her problems. And we already know a lot of people right now doesn't do the research. So that would have been something on her to be good if Joe had put Karen Bass. She has her problems. She has stuff that I would never agree on. But again, you would have to search. I mean, this is the age of, as Terrence Pops, shout out to him. He coined this phrase, and it's true. In the age of knowledge, which we have now, we have knowledge. We have everything we need right here, phone, that we can search and research. We don't do that. In the age of knowledge, it's a choice to be ignorant. They used to say ignorance is bliss. No, it's a choice to be ignorant now because you could search on anything. So with that, I thought he would have picked Karen Bass, but he didn't. He picked Kamala Harris. Problem is, though, Kamala Harris has a lot of baggage, super lot of baggage. Now, I am a brutally honest show to be with people, so I'll tell people the truth. Again, I don't have to lie to somebody to prove them wrong, but I'm gonna tell the truth and say what I gotta say. I know why they picked Kamala Harris, but I'll tell you right now, a lot of people not gonna, like I said, are you gonna get basically when the exit poll comes to end? Of course, it's gonna be like 90% of Black women choose Kamala Harris. Maybe less than 70% will go to as a Black male. They choose it for that. With the political climate we have now with Black Lives Matter and everything, yeah, that's what's going on with this. So that's why they choose it. Even though Kamala Harris said herself she's an Indian American, but now she claims she's Black. How that works, I don't get it. Her story, if you go to her page and read through her bio, even reading through the bio is like, really? Like, why would I want you? But people see, a woman, and I do mean this, quote unquote, Black female that made it through the ranks. Sadly, she's proving Cardi B's right because she made it in the ranks by sleeping with people. But hey, I call it as I see it. Yeah. Oh, how can you say that, Take? Because Willie Brown has said it, then she has not denied it. That's why I say it. And now they're gonna choose this because this is the way. Not this is my sadness. This is the way because Joe Biden is not gonna last a full term if he become president. Okay, he's not. And this is the way they're gonna put. They're gonna make Kamala become the president because basically Kamala Harris is the president candidate. I don't look at it as a VP. I look at it as a candidate president. And the sad thing about it, I can't look at it. I look at it as a shame. People might not like what I just said, but it's the truth. You're telling me I would rather my accomplishments is on my own hard work and perseverance, not on trying to come up on people. So she couldn't. She tried to be a candidate. People didn't like what she said. Tulsi Gabbard knocked her down, and I point taken. I rather if Joe Biden would have been smart to choose Tulsi Gabbard, but he didn't choose Tulsi Gabbard because basically the DSD can't control her. But she was a better choice to me. She's still a person of color. Could have used her, but of course not. Because she don't like Hillary Clinton, so we already know how that works out. She and Hillary Clinton got a little spat, and you can't mess with the Clintons now. You mess with them, whoo, things happen. Watch myself because I don't want no problems around here. Might get easy if you know what I mean. Got to be careful, but that's one of the things. But I think Tulsi would have been a better choice. And she brought her down. And after that, after she brought Kamala down, she dropped out. And then she resurged up to be the VP now. Terrible choice, in my opinion. And again, her accomplishment is on the backs of other people, not to be what she becoming. She became the DA and Senator and everything because of Willie Brown. Because she slept with a married man. Again, facts. And now instead of she couldn't come the president, so she's gonna be the vice president and then roll into the presidency. That's how she's gonna do it. The way I look at it, Kamala is basically a black Indian dark skinned version. But no, I look at Kamala as a black version of Hillary Clinton. No authenticity in her bone. She goes with the wind blows. She doesn't have any backbone to stand up on stuff. And again, look at a video where Tulsi Gabbard took her down on the debate stage. Masterful. Now I laugh at that because it's funny, most of the left crazies right now want to defund the police and whatever, and then you want to vote for a woman who was a top cop in California. I don't understand the left's logic. Technically speaking, they don't have a logic. That's why this show is called, why I've said, common sense, critical thinking, out the window. Out the window. And that's what I'm going to state in this situation what I'm going to do right now. So let's go. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I could bring up. I hate that I got to do it this way. Again, sorry, one-man show. It's hard to do things when you do things on your own. But it is what it is. And again, I want to clarify something for people so they understand where my stance is. Because again, I'm a libertarian. I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
You don't.
So people can understand where I'm coming from. Hopefully this is not too loud. I had to do some audio in it, and it's not as great as I thought it needed to be. But I'm just giving you a stance of why I stand on things.
Plantation, you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Translation, don't you dare think about leaving the plantation. To be fair, the Republican Party's the modern Old West medicine sales guy. I have the magical cure in this bottle for you. Translate, vote for me and I'll give you small government, but line my pockets with your money.
Exactly. So I'm not a fan of the parties, okay? Just letting you know that. Because some people, for those who are new jumping in to see stuff, that just let you know that that's not how I am. Both sides have done some stuff, but I'll say it once, I'll say it again. There's nothing more hate than a Democrat. There's nothing more hate than a Republican than a Democrat. Because they have done some really messed up stuff. And I'm not down with that nonsense. But let me get a little taste of how most of this hypocrisy is going to be evolving. Let me see if I can find. So I can put it on the screen here. So I always laugh to see where people have Sean King. I don't know why this guy gets so much thing. Sean King, this guy get that much because he said the right things. This kill me. This is a white guy pretending to be a black guy and lied on his parents to lie to his parents and everything. The guy is a dishonest jerk. That's why people call him Malcolm X, trying to be a fake Malcolm X, which he is. He's a revolutionary, all right, to get black people shot, and people follow his dumb ass. Literally, he got other people killed and shot, but whatever. Remember what he said about, we need to go and destroy, tear down churches and stuff for the betrayal of the white Jesus and stuff like that. And I always laugh at that thing. Jesus wasn't, yes, Jesus, people, if you go to other cultures, who believe in Christianity, they portray Jesus in their culture of their skin as well, too. He was a Hebrew, he did have curly hair. He was Jewish Hebrew, he had curly hair, he had skins of brown, but he was not white. He was, but by definition, how these call it, it is white, how they work things out. But anyway, I digress. Well, I just want to read what you see on the screen right here, just to show how hypocrisy works. That's the difference. I've said this to people before. I never said it in the show, and I say it here right now. There's a reason. Both parties have their hypocrisy. Okay, both sides, conservative or liberal, as you want to call it. Here's the thing: on the conservative side, the hypocrisy, what they're hypocrite against, is correct, but they don't follow what they preach. Again, like an example, a pastor. Don't cheat on your wife, but you cheat on your wife. Don't do this stuff, do moral things, but then they do immoral things. But the thing about it, the original thing is good. Now on the left, you got this pure dead hypocrisy. I was like, oh, climate change. Oh, the science is in. Believe in the science. Go with this. Like, look what's going on with the vid right now, with the virus. How that works out. Look how he's going with the virus. Look what's the climate change. You believe in the science. Okay, we believe in the science. Okay, if we believe in the science, we're gonna go with the science. But they're only okay, but there's only two genders. No. Okay, well that's science. No, the science is not in on that. You can't go with one and then you can't go with the other. Okay, you got to stop that. But that's what they do. So like I said, I'm gonna read out because I know it's hard to see. Like I said, I apologize. It was just let me see here. Let me see if we can make it easier for you. Easier to be. All right. So let's go with that. So I'll read out. Sean King, Malcolm X. I'll be frank and tell you. Remember, this is back 2018. Okay. I'll be frank. Tell you two Democrats that I am. Here again. I'll be frank. I'll tell you two Democrats that I am 99% sure I won't be supporting, primarily because of their dismal history on criminal justice reform over the course of their entire careers. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They both helped and built advanced mass incarceration. Okay. All right. Well, those are some strong words, sir. Let's bring up the next one. Let's bring up the next quote. Not quote, like I said. This is why I don't have this is why I don't have a personal Twitter, because this stuff. All right. My friend Jamal Trulove was framed for murder at Kamala Harris when she was the district attorney of San Francisco. He was sentenced for 50 years to life in prison for a crime he had nothing to do with. Spent 7 years in prison before he was exonerated. Oh, okay, he was exonerated. So, wow, ain't that how messed up? That's something very messed up. You, Shawnee boy, I'm with you. That's something really cruel, and I agree with you that that's kind of wrong that happened like that. Well, let's take a look at now, shall we? Let's take a look at now. That's it for me. I'm incredibly proud to see a brilliant Black woman, Indian American, and HBCU grad chosen as the vice president nominee. Wow. What? Huh. I've done political work my whole life, and it's really a thing of dreams are made of. Kamala Harris is the most progressive VP nominee in American history. You can't write this. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. Dang, I wonder what his friend think about it. You saying that about that, man. That's kind of crazy, dude. Wow. Et tu, Brutus? Freaking Judas. Dang, that's so wrong. But what would I expect from someone like him? I'm not surprised. I am definitely not surprised. But what do I expect? That's what they do. That's how they do things. And the reason why I say Indian American, right? It's not because I'm trying to play the whole this racist or bloodline thing or whatever, the racism, whatever. When Kamala Harris was introduced in the Senate, she was announced as she told Joe Biden to announce her as the first Indian American woman. She didn't say black. She's an Indian American woman. That's what she told Joe Biden to say. And you can go and check this up in the records in Congress because it's there. That's what she said. And then went on the Breakfast Club, and I tell you, the Breakfast Club to get these people. I might not like the show as much because including the Breakfast Club does good shows to a degree. Do not agree with Angela Yee. She's throw her away because she's just annoying. But when they just talk about music and other stuff, it's all good. They get good interviews sometimes. But when a political season like this, I just turn off because I know what they're gonna be, and it just because remember, Hillary Clinton went on the Breakfast Club. What do you have in your bag? I have hot sauce in my bag. Oh, really? Hot sauce in your bag. You walk around with hot sauce in your bag, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I believe that. Then Kamala Harris went on there like, yeah. Oh, I listened to Tupac 2 years before Tupac released an album. Wow, you do some time traveling, lady. Yeah, I smoke a little bit of the weed, but lock over 1,500 people for weed charges. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes logical sense. Weird. Just weird. No, again, that's like I said, people, you ain't gonna agree with everybody 100% of the time. I know people didn't like the part where she had the truancy thing, and I kind of agree with the truancy thing because damn, these kids just don't want to go to school. But again, what am I saying? California has the worst districts in high schools. Kids have graduated with D's now. They can't graduate with a C. They got to graduate with D, close to F. They can't read grade level. Hell, they can't read. Literally, that's the problem. So hell, not surprising. But see how that works out. Wish them the best. We'll see what happened in November 3rd. I'll tell you right now, boss, for sure, it's going to be some craziness going on. I don't think we may have a thing. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't tell people who to vote for. You vote for who you think you vote for, okay? I could tell you issues because I could call that. Can a person change? Yes. But man, some things, is what they all say it is. Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Then it's a duck. Maybe that's what it is. But we'll see. But get rid of that topical thing. Go to another one. Let's go to So this is going to be annoying. Prepare yourself for this. But so we had William Barr was into Congress. Now I'll tell you this right up: Republicans and Democrats again, but I do not do have respect for Congress. This is a family-friendly show to a degree. I would love to say a certain word: flip Congress. That's what I'll say. Flip Congress. Full of jokes. They're full of jokes. They're raw people. The people who never had no intention went in there and they come out rich for some reason for working for us, the people. You come out to be millionaires. I don't get that, but people vote them. Their ways in there. Heck, they vote them in, and it's just ridiculous. Pure chaos. But William Barr went up to Congress. They asked him to have a hearing. So they could ask questions and let him explain the question. They have questions for him, so let him explain. But the current Congress we have is a bunch of clowns. And I mean that in a disrespect, a bunch of clowns. Could I ask some... No. Let me get this straight. They ask questions. The problem is they don't want the answers. That's the best way to put it before I admit myself that they didn't want the answers. Now, again, let's use a critical thinking brain. Now, I'm going to let this clip go and you see, and again, if the audio is off, wanky, I apologize, but I'll let this clip go because it's needed.
Your failure to respect the role of peaceful protest in this country is a
peaceful protest. Please.
Your failure to respect the role of peaceful protest in this country is a disgrace. It's un-American, and it's important to remember what these protests are about. Black Lives Matter. Abuse at the hands of police by Black Americans, and I want to let you see now a video.
Again, critical thinking. Did you hear what he just said? You know, I couldn't help it. Sorry. I couldn't help it. Sorry. I apologize. Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again.
Americans, and I want to let you see now a video that fairly represents. It's important to remember what these. Your failure to respect the role of peaceful protest in this country is a disgrace. It's un-American, and it's important to remember what these protests are about. Black Lives Matter. Abuse at the hands of police by Black Americans, and
I agree with you, sir. Sorry for this. Gotta get this. I hope I can get this thing straightened out one of these days perfectly. I agree with him, though. Yeah. Now I'm being sarcastic there because he messed it up. He was supposed to spin. He was supposed to be Black lives abused by police, but he said Black lives that abuses police. Oh, goodness. But he wanted to show this very good video. So let's play the video. I'm sorry. I couldn't have it. Let's play the video.
It's important to remember what these protests are about. Black Lives Matter. Abuse at the hands of police by Black Americans. And I want to let you see now a video that fairly represents peaceful protest that is happening all across America.
Let me see.
Conveniently omitted from your testimony and your statement. There was a 9-minute video shown by the other side, so I expect
not all 9,
courtesy.
only part of it.
Okay, that's a video, and that's a still video. Because do you notice something? I'll play the part like the guy said again.
By the other side, so I
expect it's mostly still, but listen to the audio carefully. I hope you listened to it. As you heard, the audio looped itself. I did not do that. You can go to C-SPAN as you saw and check it out. That's what was on. That was the video that they showed. It was on C-SPAN, and they re-looped the video and showed still. They didn't want to show the full video. And again, point taken. Yes, protesters have the right. True protesters. All right. There's a difference between a protester and a rioter. And the problem was, it starts off as a protest, and little by little, it turns into a riot. That's the difference. And I would never stand for the rioters, because these are people destroying things for other people who ain't had to do nothing with the protests. That's my point. Protest to protest. You have the right to do it. Peacefully assemble, that's the whole point. But as soon as you start chucking rocks, destroying stuff, hurting people, shooting people, and I'm not talking about the cops. These are people who shoot other people and everything. Yeah, you're not a protester. You've crossed over the boundary. That's the difference. But again, we're listening to this clown show. We're listening to this clown show and seeing how things are going. It's ridiculous. So let's go to the next. It's hurtful. Let's go back to the next clip that I have here, because it's just let's listen to this clown show. Again, apologize again because it's just a clown show. So again, you ask them, they ask William Barr to come there to answer questions. And for some reason, they pull out this weird thing, which is called reclaim my time, meaning that we reclaim your time, the time is done. That's the part that killed me. You reclaim your time. I mean, you should not be talking too, but no, you do talk. And you stop him from answering the question because you don't want him to answer the question. I'll show you what happens when you answer the question. But here's what this is what it was all that day. This is what it was all that day. This is just annoying. I'll play it, and I want to go back to a specific one. And they literally, I've said before again, these politicians like directly in front of y'all faces because they think the general public is stupid. And I just said people are stupid if they're just smart. What can I say? People are proving them right for this. William, again, not William. No, Mr. Churchill said, "Yeah, you don't want to. We have a republic. We don't have a democracy, but people think it's that in a way." Well, he said that if you want democracy, talk to the average person for 5 minutes, and you will be against it. And he's so correct. When you talk to the average person, they don't know nothing. English is English, and again, like I said before, English don't mean you're stupid. One, but in the age of knowledge that we have right now, you choose to be ignorant. It's not bliss. You choose to be ignorant. That's the difference. So, again, you called me to answer questions, but this is what happened.
Claiming my time. Excuse me, the time is mine.
I'm starting to lose.
Claiming my time. Excuse me, the time is mine.
I'm starting to lose my temper. Excuse me, Mr. Barr, this is my time, and I control it.
I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. General.
My time is limited. I have the time.
So what
reclaiming my time.
Yeah, I'm answering your question.
Well, you gotta let him answer. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time, and I know you don't want to answer.
I'm not saying that.
I reclaim my time.
Reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming my time, Mr. Attorney General. Reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time, Mr. Attorney. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time, Mr. Barr.
Reclaim my time, sir.
I think in another one I voted
reclaiming
by
my
mail.
time. Okay, reclaiming my time.
Publication.
Reclaiming my time, sir.
I will get to
Quibbling
that.
over-
Reclaiming my time. You answered the question.
That's what-
Mr. Attorney General,
I think
reclaiming
that's
my
what I
time.
was talking about.
Reclaiming my time.
We've waited a long time for you to come here. The time is mine. The time is mine.
Substances.
Mr. Attorney General, reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming my time, sir.
Out of rule, I think DHS.
Reclaiming my time. I'm surprised at your lack of respect for a member of
I would have a lot of respect for you clowns too, cause all y'all are clowns. Jeez. How can I respect somebody who don't don't show respect themselves, ma'am? I don't care if you're female or male. You got to earn that respect, and trust me, y'all did not did that at all. Just disgraceful for yourself. But I gotta point out something here. This is why I said is how it is. Let me point out right here. Listen carefully to to this part.
Your question.
Well, you got to let him answer.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming.
Yeah, I'm answering your question.
Well, you got to let him answer.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time. And I know you don't want to answer.
I'm not.
He's trying to answer, and you cut him off. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. That's that nonsense. That's what I'm saying. It's just clown show. Just a clown show. And all those people I played, straight dems. And the reason they don't want him to speak because of certain things. And so I'll play one where she talked, and I again, I'm gonna go back because I proved this. Go back to Project Open Mic episode 6. I proved this. And this is why it's annoying when I'd rather sleep with a shark that I got cut with blood than a damn politician, because there's some crooked people. But let's play the clip.
We're facing is that the president has repeatedly sought to cast doubt on the security of mail-in ballots, saying that the 2020 election could be rigged with, quote, millions of mail-in ballots printed by foreign countries, end quote. And you, sir, have repeated this disinformation.
Well, it's not disinformation.
Facing is that the president has repeatedly sought to cast doubt on the security of mail-in ballots, saying that the 2020 election could be rigged with, quote, millions of mail-in ballots printed by foreign countries, end quote. And you, sir, have repeated this disinformation.
Well, it's not disinformation.
I don't have a question for you yet. Here it comes, though. Last month, you echoed the president's conspiracy theory when you suggested in at least 3 interviews that, quote, foreign countries could manufacture counterfeit ballots, end quote, to influence the presidential election, correct? You did that in at least 3 interviews?
Yes.
Okay. But in fact, you have no evidence that foreign countries can successfully sway our elections with counterfeit ballots, do you?
No, I don't, but I have common sense.
So I had to add a little clip and add a little laughter in there because it's just ridiculous. Are you kidding me? I proved that. And it's funny enough, let me see, I could let's see here. I kind of proved that in right here. This is my Project Open Mic episode. You can go and you can watch the whole thing. Project Open Mic episode 7, around the 1 minute and 41 mark. Just give a test of what simple Google searching I did found.
Mail a letter. You already know how to mail in your vote. How you doing?
This was a local news that tried this in New York, found out that you can do voter fraud by mail-in. And not only did I show a video, which you can see there, I also went to the Department of Justice, where a judge this is the part that kind of ticks me off because of this. Judge orders Trump campaign to produce evidence of voter fraud in Pennsylvania. Oh, sir, I have the evidence. Here's the evidence. Justice Department, former Philadelphia judge-elect confessed to civil voter rights and bribery, changing votes. Look at that video. I have the votes. Not only did I use the Justice Department, I use CNN, which again, I look at this all news. City councilman among faces voter fraud in charges in New Jersey. And they also had it in California. They also had it in North Carolina. The Republicans did it in North Carolina. So both sides did it. Well, more on the Dems, but to be honest, both sides did it. I don't want no side doing it. I proved that. So that nonsense is crazy, lady. There's no evidence. There's evidence, and that's why he said, no, but I have common sense. Sorry, bro, you have common sense, but most of the world, most of these people don't. They do not. They do it for a simple reason, money. And money and power. Ultimate corruption in that regard. I prove it in my video. You could go watch it again. Go to the last and watch my video about that, about the voter fraud. How that now? Produce evidence. I have evidence, sir. Crooked pieces of. Like I said, the judges that were not even doing that. We already don't got the DAs not being DAs. The DAs are doing stuff in Chicago with all this horrible stuff going on in Chicago. That same that Fox lady, 2,000 people who was charged federally, had federal charges for violence and all kind of stuff. No, free. Thank you, Kim Fox. New York, if you do any crime, free. California, free. Seattle, free. You destroy my business and everything. You hit, as I showed videos of people, you hit my husband over the head. Black person hit my husband over the head with whatever. Oh, free. He didn't do nothing to you, but you went in the store, you wanted to get in there and destroy stuff. Free. This is crazy. This part right here is where it's gone crazy. The mad part. The world always been mad. The world has always been mad. We just have more. There's the technology to show it. The problem is though, right now though, this is crazy because this is a turn of how things are. These are the same people who try to get you to tell you 2 + 2 = 5, which is a weird thing. I'm sorry. I don't know how, and they were like that, and people said that's racist too. I'm like, racist? Let me get it straight. I don't know how that's racist. Let me see. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 + 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2 equals 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But now they're saying that's equals 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 5? I don't get it. And they're trying to force this stuff. Again, if you have Common Core in your school, get your child out of there or go to the PTA meeting to find out, because they're teaching this nonsense to your young kids. And just like you see how they're playing the loop, they indoctrinate your kids. It's ridiculous. This is crazy what they're doing. This is crazy. This is crazy what they're doing. Like I said, this is what it's again. You see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. It's not more than that. It's 4. 2 and 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 1, 4. Where's the 5? I don't get it. I see 4. You count 4, right? You see 4. I see 4. So, nope. It's craziness. This nonsense is just ridiculous. How they do this stuff. Yeah, man. It is just ridiculous. But that's what they're doing now. They gain your kids to believe a boy could be a girl could be a boy, all this nonsense, and then do this stuff right here that can't tell numbers or everything. And again, these are the same people because I have to ask the question. Let me see. Let me put because I want to show this for a quick second here. So you can see this lovely lady here, right? This lady you see on the screen. Well, she was the police chief of Seattle, and she resigned. All right, she resigned because of what they defunded the police, and only 2 people didn't vote. One was sick, and the other one was said that the cuts didn't go far enough. So Seattle's they did. So she's like, you know what? I can't arrest nobody. I can't put anybody in jail and keep them there, whatever. So why? So she retired. Good on her. I don't know what is it say to it thing. No, trust me, I'm not a fan of hers either. But again, I do good is good, bad is bad, and I with her to to get out of that nonsense. Seattle. Look at all the. I'm gonna. There's a little video I did, and I'm gonna put it on the channel for YouTube guys. If you want to check it out, again. Remember, Project Open Mic on YouTube. But I've stated this crazy. This how this works out. Most of these cities that have all these violence and craziness is happening in, most of the cities that are run by Democrat mayor, council, and governor. Again, facts. Check it out. You can go and look yourself. But this is something that kills me. And this is why I said you got to watch out for certain people. And I'm going to point that out with a little clip I'm going to have right here too. Another clip I have right here. I'm going to show you that. Okay? Here's what I'm trying to say. So let me get this straight. Seattle. Progressives. Run only by Democrats. White leftists who have said if the more dangerous way the white those are the white they're the white supremacy people I don't care for as much. But you created this is what I said about hypocrisy early on. You created a CHAZ, an autonomous zone in Seattle. Y'all say you want the empowerment of black people. Right? That's what they say they want. They created a zone. They said Trump's bad for building walls on the southern border, but they built walls inside of the city. We don't like guns, but then you walking around with guns. I don't get it. Black Lives Matter. The first person to die in that place was a black person. The most people who died in that place were black people. And it was not only men, it was 16-year-old boy as well, too. We want black women to get in power. Kamala Harris. Well, you have a black police chief. Female, color, in power. Nope, that was not enough for you guys. Those white leftists don't care about that. That's why you should never bend the knee to them. That's why I see these companies and corporations do. Again, shout out to Goya, Red Bull. Shout out to those guys who's like, you know what? Nah, get out of here with that nonsense. We sell a product. We don't do that stuff. And I give power to the companies that do that. I want your product. I don't need your politics. I don't. You have a car. I have money. I give you the car. You give me the car. I give you the money. Transition done. You have a fridge. I wanted a fridge. I give you money. Transition done. I don't need to know all the other stuff up there. You want to do charitable needs? That's all good. It's not charitable needs because I've read what the Black Lives Matter mean. And again, billions of dollars went to BlackLivesMatter.com, the organization. Now, again, I'll point out there's a difference between saying Black Lives Matter. All Black Lives Matter. All right, all little kids, including little kids who got shot by Black Lives Matter people. That's a sad story in its own. Really horrible. But if you go to the organization and you click the donation, it goes to something called Act Blue. It doesn't say Black Lives. It goes straight to Black Blue. Act Blue is an arm of the Democratic Party. None of the money has gone to Black Lives. It's gone straight for the Democrats for running. The 4 top people who have gotten money from Act Blue, the 4 major top people who got from Act Blue are white people. Now Kamala Harris is gonna jump up in there because she's the VP. It was Biden, Elizabeth Warren, Pete Buttigieg, all that. Yeah, they got the money. Funny how that works, huh? Black Lives money. Let me donate. Oh, it goes straight to white people. Yeah, it is. That's just a weird logic in my brain. But who am I to say anything to call that out? And I'll say again, like I said, if I will not lie on you just to prove you. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean I'm gonna lie on you, because I'm not gonna do that. That's not something I am down with. But I do want to play. Just give me a second. Let me get this one up. Remember last week I showed you a video when you got this girl arguing in front of this man's face, saying history, and I get out of the way because I know what I'm talking about, whatever. And I love that the black man said, okay, you know your history. You say you know your history. Who paid for the statue? She couldn't answer the question because she don't know her history. These schools are indoctrinating these kids to be, let's say, intelligible. Just because you're educated don't mean you're smart. I'll tell you that right now. So let me show you what, again, young kids who don't know their history, what they're talking about. And again, also in this clip, I'm going to agree with somebody that I normally don't agree with. Because you know what? If you say that what is right, what is wrong. That's what it is. I don't care what side you on. I don't care what color you are, because I've said it multiple times. Evil comes in all shapes, color, creed, sex, gender, height, age. Evil is evil, no matter what. My people are the people good, no matter what color, age, sex, whatever. That's where it is. Even if there are things that you do that I might not think of is moral to me, but when I mean immoral, I mean like if you ain't hurting nobody, but you choose a life path that you like, and I'm like, you know what, whatever. Then it's cool. I'm cool with that. We could be cool. Just don't force that on me, and I don't force it on you. That's just the way I look at it. So let's look at up in Chicago. Mayor Lightfoot does not have no course. She was the worst pick y'all picked. You only picked her because she was a LGBTQ and she was black. But she had no. Y'all talk about. She didn't know what the hell she was doing. She just ran because she was ran. She was a horrible pick. Horrible pick. As I showed you in videos in the past, where she even got a pastor to curse her out. And I do mean curse her out. He dropped a couple F-bombs on the lady. Jeez. But she's above the law of saying certain things too. But anyway, this is so of course, this past week, there was a rumor, and I do mean it, that's legitimately, that this kid had got shot by the cops. No, come with another thing too that's ticking me off. The ACLU is now saying we need to get rid of the cops' body cam. Why? Because they're showing the cops should not be showing video of the altercations. Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. A couple years ago, y'all wanted the body cams, which I agree with, so that we know the cop is on the up and up. Now you want to get rid of the body cam because it shows that most altercations basically started by people, and also could show that the cops was justified. Bad or not, I don't want nobody to lose their life, but it's weird how that works. So they said that this kid got shot. Come to find out, no, the kid was shooting at the cops, and if you shoot at the cops, they're gonna shoot back at you. Now the kid ain't dead. People say he's dead. Now he didn't dead. He's in hospital. But just like the kid in Detroit, when his friend was getting arrested, he took out a gun and shot at the cop's head at point blank range. Lucky for him, Dumbass. Well, he's dead. Sorry, but he had he did that stupid gangster stuff. So because of that, because of that, this foresight of the bullet didn't go where it's supposed to go. Instead of you aim like straight forward like that. So yep, he missed the cop. They shot him back. It happens. Don't shoot at the cops. Okay, that's stupid. It's a dumb thing to do. Just like the guy who rolled up on a truck with his gun, started shooting there. Of course, he hit the what do you call it? The headrest, but he didn't know the person in there had a gun too. He had a better shot. Wham! Took him out. Cameras on the street show that he shot first, and that's why he's dead now. It's crazy. But anyway, like I said, let me get back to the what I want to show you, because I want you to listen and hear this nonsense.
I don't care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci or a Macy's or a Nike.
Let me repeat
I don't
that.
care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci
Mm-hmm.
or a Macy's or a Nike, because that makes sure that that person eats. That makes sure that that person has clothes.
Black Lives Matter Chicago rallied in support of people who looted and are locked up at the police station at 18th and State.
That is reparations. Anything they want to take it, because these businesses have insurance.
But on Twitter, Reverend Jesse Jackson called the looting humiliating, embarrassing, and morally wrong.
Jesse Jackson has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Jesse Jackson was not there for the creation of Black Lives Matter. Jesse Jackson can keep his opinions to himself.
Let's break down that stupidity, shall we? Let's break down that stupidity. Holy smokes. These kids, and it's always
I don't care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci or a Macy's or a Nike, because that makes sure that that person eats.
Okay, question. What about if the person, okay, say there's a black person who owns these stores, that you rob them. What about they feeding themselves or feeding their kids? And how is that make him eat? You stole clothes, the Gucci and shoes, or you sell them so you could, because most of the people who do that don't do it for eating. They do it because they want to wear it or look fashionable. So let's not pretend, little girl. And then you don't know, you're not right. That's how they eat. Get out of here with that.
Or Nike, because that makes sure that that person eats.
No, it doesn't.
That makes sure that that person has clothes.
Stealing clothes is how to get clothes. Okay, good. That's a good rule. That's a good rule to have, ma'am.
Make sure that that person eats. That makes sure that that person has clothes.
Black Lives Matter Chicago rallied in support of people who looted and are locked up at the police station at 18th and State.
That is reparations.
That is reparations. Are you out your mind, little girl? That is not reparations. And let me point out something here. Let's go back a little bit here. Funny how this. Let me show you something here. Black little girl speaking. Right? Black little girl is speaking. Let me see if I could. I don't think I could zoom in, but let me see if I could blow it up a little bit. Our future has been looted from us, looted back. Okay, that's a good sense to see here. Let me see. Let's see. White, 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 black, white, and the next person is white. Funny how these, I'm telling you, there are more white people doing this than black people. Jeez. Loot them back. Our futures have been looted from us, looted back. I would say you're correct the other way around, when these politicians taking money from the coffers from you so you get taxed in the future. That's the way you are correct. If you were talking about that and smart enough to talk about that, you're correct. But you're not talking about that. That makes it not an intelligible thing to say. But I digress. Let's go back. Let's listen to the nonsense.
That is reparations.
That's not
Anything
reparations.
they want to take it because these businesses have insurance. Anything they want to take it because these businesses have insurance.
See, repeat that same nonsense I've busted many times before, and I'll repeat it again. Any business that make profit less than 250,000, right? Corporations is a different story, but small businesses, and I've showed you the videos of small businesses that got looted and everything. They have, if they're black owned, 40% of black owned stores have 45% of them have insurance. That means 55 of them don't have. 55% doesn't. When it's white, 55% of white have insurance. The rest don't. Oh, I'm sorry, not white. Asians. I forgot Asians. I made mistake. Well, it was Asian. Asians have that. So, and also, not all insurance are equal. Because again, I know people who have insurance. They will fix the building, but it won't replace the merchandise, which is thousands, hundreds, thousands, maybe $1 million worth of merchandise. That's what these young kids don't know. That's what these celebrities put in their stupid minds. Oh, they have insurance, they have insurance. Oh, well, that's not a life. Again, if that's the person's store and that's their livelihood to feed their family, that is their life. That is messed up to think that. That's disrespectful and messed up to think that's what that can't work like that, man. It's just crazy.
Because these businesses have insurance.
But on Twitter, Reverend Jesse Jackson called the looting humiliating, embarrassing.
Have insurance.
But on Twitter, Reverend Jesse Jackson called the looting humiliating.
And that's what I want to give that. I am not a fan of Jesse Jackson, but I respect, again, good is good, evil is evil. This act of pillaging and robbing and looting in Chicago was humiliating, embarrassing, morally wrong, 100% correct. It must not be associated with a quest for social justice and inequity. I am not a fan of Jesse Jackson, but I admit to what is there though. And then of course, when that happened, and the one, him and Al Sharpton, the original race hustlers.
Jesse Jackson called the looting humiliating, embarrassing, and morally wrong.
Jesse Jackson has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Jesse Jackson was not there for the creation of Black Lives Matter. Jesse Jackson can keep his opinions to himself.
Little kids. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. And that's why I did a video. We fail our kids. I had to do 3 parts because there was so much stuff I wanted to talk about. You fail our kids. I want to bring this up to you, show you something else here. It's crazy itself. We fail our kids. In Memphis, Citizen Free Press, all hell breaks loose in 400 T's destroy a putt-putt center. Please tell me it's not black kids. Please tell me it's not black kids. Please tell me it's the white leftists like they're doing in Portland. In Portland, the white kids over there are destroying their own cities and stuff like that. Please tell me it's that. But the answer is no. And I like how people defend this nonsense. This is the thing that killed me. That's why I don't like the news. This makes sense to you, ma'am? Why single mothers, oh my goodness, that's just crazy. Just crazy. Why single parent homes does not affect black children as negative as whites. It affects all homes. No ifs, ands, or buts about that, ma'am. But yes, it does. I've seen it. Everybody have seen it. We've seen it. And let me give you an example of seeing it because she wrote that in retaliation of that story. But let's go to the video evidence of that story of the 400 teens that destroy a thing. You tell me what you see and you tell me what goes to your mind when you see what happened with what these little kids did. Okay? You tell me what you see here and what goes to your mind when these kids, as she tried to defend it for some weird reason. But let's as the old saying go, Let's see that beautiful bean footage. Okay. You tell me what you see on that on my screen up there. Look what this little girl is doing. Look what she and the other kids are doing. Look at that. You tell me. Look. You tell me what you saw, and you tell me what you think seeing that. Please, enlighten me. I have some stuff I would love to say, but because of YouTube and other stuff, I'm not gonna say it. That little kid though, oh, that little Thundercat. They're not gonna, and they get doing $100,000 worth of damage. Little Thundercat doing that nonsense. Throwing stuff, destroying stuff, and you're telling me I should what now? Jesus. Crazy. It's just craziness. That little kid did all that damage. Plus, other people, of course, don't get me wrong. But I want to place, like I said. Now again, I have respect for Tyler Perry. I do. I really do have respect for Tyler Perry. A person who made it on his own and made his money. I respect him for that thing. There's some stuff he said. There's one thing he said in there I disagree with, but that's not my call. But I do like the sentiment. So let's go to a place that, the Clown News Network, CNN. But shout out and respect to Mr. Perry. And I like what was said here.
Or minimum volume to sign up. No cards or releases are needed.
Really?
And enjoy a direct relationship with the refiner.
Contract.
Apologize for that. Damn commercials. There we go.
Within protest movement of defunding police, Republicans are focusing on that as saying that, that Democrats want to do away with police departments, which I don't think is what defund police means. But when you hear that slogan, what do you think?
Well, when I first heard it, I was troubled by it. I thought, okay, this is going to be weaponized in this political year. I completely thought that was happening. That's exactly what's happened. It's been weaponized. But I did some research, and what I would challenge people to do is to do research on find out what it means. Now, you got to understand this. I'm not for taking money for the police department. I think we need more police. My studio is in a neighborhood where I think we need police, but we don't need police that have or that are undertrained. And you got to understand, I have really close friends who are police officers that I love dearly, who are really good people, who have been very, very hurt by this as well. And here's what I want you to understand, Anderson. Where there's wrong, I'm going to stand up against it. When Rashad Brooks was murdered, I thought that was wrong. When George Floyd was murdered, I thought that was wrong, like so many other people. But when a police officer who was white in a suburb in Atlanta was shot in the head by a shoplifter, I thought that was wrong too, and I reached out to do what I can to help his family. When Sequoia was 8-year-old was shot near the Wendy's in her mother's back seat, I thought that was wrong too. So anywhere there's wrong, I'm going to stand up against it. I just don't believe that. And I believe that I don't believe that there are lots of people, let me just change that to understand that. There are a lot of people in America who feel the way that I do, right? I think we need the police. I know that I need the police. I have several that work for me here at the studio. We need them, but we need them reformed. We need them trained well. We need the right structure, right? But some of the things inside of defund the police, I really understand, like having officers who are clinically trained to deal with certain situations. I think all of those things are helpful. But taking money from the police department to make the police department smaller, that troubles me.
For over 39 years, I was a police officer in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For 15 of those years, I was the sheriff of Milwaukee County. I've done everything you can do as a cop, from walking the beat to investigating murder to running the agency. I've met a lot of cops of every race, ethnicity, and background. Here's what I can tell you. Cops are not perfect. That's not a news flash, but this might be. They don't have to be perfect. They have to be excellent. And most officers reach excellence every single day, and often under very difficult circumstances, circumstances you can't imagine and wouldn't want to if you could. Perfection is an unattainable goal. Cops are ordinary human beings, like everyone else. Lawyers, surgeons, and baseball players, they make mistakes. But no profession works harder to correct its mistakes. You can mark social progress by the improvements made by police departments over the last 50 years. Today, police are more professional, better educated, and better trained than at any time in their history. You wouldn't know it, though, if you listened to self-serving, self-righteous politicians and activists. In their version of history, the police are the villains of the story, not its heroes. Like everything else this crowd does, they've got it all backwards. The police aren't the problem. The politicians and activists are. The police didn't create the failed urban policies that have locked people into generational poverty. The police aren't responsible for fatherless homes, failing schools, and bad lifestyle choices. And they sure as hell aren't responsible for the lack of respect shown to police officers. It is this lack of respect for authority, fostered over decades by the progressive left and its fear the police narrative, that has led to the needless deaths of so many young black men. When Officer Darren Wilson told Michael Brown to get out of the middle of the street in Ferguson, Missouri, did Brown comply? No. When officers in Baltimore told Freddie Gray to stop resisting arrest, did he comply? No. When officers in New York City told Eric Garner to stop resisting arrest, did he comply? No. Here's a useful tip. If you want to avoid a bad outcome with a police officer, follow this simple rule. When a cop gives you a lawful command, obey it, even if you disagree. Whatever problem you are experiencing is not going to be settled on the street. People with complaints need to use the process established for that purpose. Though cops don't have the final say, they do in that moment. How you react can be a matter of life or death. But the idea that a law-abiding citizen has to fear the police is a terrible and destructive lie. Let's get some perspective. In 2014, 990 people were killed in police use of force incidents. Does that sound like a lot? Did you know that according to a Johns Hopkins study, that same year medical errors killed 250,000 people, yet activists aren't marching in the streets demanding that the medical profession be reformed? Why not? Why is it that the people who protect you from the bad guys, and I've seen these bad guys close up, are the subject of distrust and anger? Why is it that groups like Black Lives Matter, I call them Black Lies Matter because it's based on the falsehood that police represent a danger to black people, are celebrated by the media and politicians? All this is taking its toll on cops, and even more tragically, on the law-abiding citizens in the neighborhoods that most need a strong police presence. The murder rates in these neighborhoods are going up because lawful aggressive policing is going down. Heather McDonald of the Manhattan Institute has explained why. She calls it the Ferguson effect, and it's real. It's also common sense. Why, police officers reason, put your career at risk if 30 seconds of smartphone video taken out of context can destroy it. Here's the truth. Police aren't afraid of walking the streets or being shot by random criminals. They're afraid of being involved in an incident that would label them forever as trigger-happy racists. Are there bad cops? I know firsthand that there are. I've had to fire them. But the overwhelming majority are good, decent men and women concerned about the law-abiding citizens in the communities they serve and are willing to put their lives on the line to protect them. Those who try to convince you, either out of ignorance or out of some ideological agenda, that the police are the enemy, those are the people you should fear. Run from them, not the cops. I'm Sheriff David Clark for Prager University.
All right. I play that for a reason because I wanted, like I said, there are things that Clark said that I could point out that I disagree with a little bit. And there's points, again, like I said, with Tyler Perry, I could disagree with too. The body cam like I said, the body cam that came out now to show what happened with Floyd doesn't mean that Chauvin should have stepped on his neck, knee on his neck. Again, does not mean he should have. That's bad practice and he should get fired. But because they knocked it up to another level, like I said before, do not do that. You go back to past videos. I've said this on this channel because I said it on my old radio show. I have an old radio show when it happened to Trayvon Martin. Do not put it because you're going to need to prove intent, and you can't prove intent. And then now that video came out with Floyd, the other 3 cops, they're going to get acquitted because they did everything Floyd wanted. Floyd did. They asked, if Floyd wanted to do this, he did. I'm sad how that worked out. And then Rashad Brooks, sorry, Tyler. Yeah, he with the police with the cameras came with the body cam again. And I am for body cameras. Make sure they all work. Police departments. I'm for police cameras. Let's make them all work. The body cam comes out to show. Yeah, Rashad was not cooperating the right way, and I'm not even talking about cooperating the right way. Dude stole a weapon and again 30 minutes of nice, everything cordial. But when he was on the road to go back to jail to get his 3rd strike, yeah, that's where he got violent. Oh, you did shoot him in the back. Well, he turned around and shot the taser. And again, by the DA of that, because remember, another cop went to jail because he used somebody else. He used a taser. They said that's a deadly force. Well, you can't change the definition. Let's not do this moving goalpost thing. Okay, let's keep it straight. Let's keep it to what it is. And the clock, like I said, Garrett Gardner was a little rough on that one. I said I don't agree with that one at all. That one, yes, he has this thing, but shouldn't really jump on it. Look how big this dude is. You know his name, whatever. Serve him, do something else, but don't jump on that. But I do like how his daughters came and said Al Sharpton is a fraud. Cause he raised money, he took all the money, and then it went to the family. That's Eric Garner's daughters that said that. So, hey, how that works? You see how these charlatans do these things, you know? Just see how they do these things. Sad how that works out. It really is. And the reason and the reason that I am, calling stuff out because again, they don't care about this stuff. They care about money. That's all they care about. Let me just play a better clip of that for you. If this is the one I'm talking about.
Modern.
Nope, that is not it. I have the wrong clip. But like I said, my point stands up to be what it is. These young kids, this is what these young kids are doing. And as Clark, but it is a part that Clark said that I do agree on. There's a part I do agree on with Clark. I'm not gonna get myself hurt. I'm not gonna do something to get. Like I said, I have been pulled over by cops. I've been pulled over at a cop, point a gun point blank at my head, and I follow what it is, and I'm still here to this day. And as we talked about in a previous video with Tessa, who's a part, to be a part of the crew, we did not yes, there are chances where something goes wrong and hinky. I get that. But like Clark brought up, which is the truth, 900 people died in 2014, and there was more white people died last year than black people in 2019. But 990 people died from police altercation in 2014. That same year, 250,000 by John Hopkins for medical practices. Anybody marching for that? Because what? There's no perfect world. He's correct. There's a video game channel I have, and I literally say there's no such thing as a perfect game. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. Simply enjoy. And I say that's perfect is something. When people say I want everything to be safe, no, you're not gonna get full safety. When you talk about the vid right now, we ain't gonna open back the schools until it's full safety. It's not gonna happen. This thing's atomized in the air. We're gonna have to live with it. Sad but true. We're gonna have to live with it. We just got to. Well, we ain't got to. We will, because there's nothing with it. Even if you got a vaccine, because again, that is a coronavirus. Like I said, the coronavirus. It's basically it's a norovirus. So is the flu. So is the cold. There's no vaccine for that. There's a flu shot just to prevent it. It's not a vaccine, and there's nothing for the common cold. So we're gonna just have to live with it. Sucky it is that China did what it did. That's just the reality of things, and it does suck. It really do suck. And that's give me a like I said, I want to play this because this is the truth about politicians. So let me see if I got the right clip here now.
Use the door on the inside as opposed to breaking in.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Wow. But yeah. And the other thing, so you're the sort of person that has this power and you don't want to use it to mess with the election?
I want money.
You threw out a tweet from Donald Trump on election day?
That won't get me money.
Early in the morning?
But I want money.
That's true. It wouldn't get you money. But, man, you could have an effect on the election.
I don't want an effect. I want money.
That's all these politicians care about. They want money. That's it. And be careful of the left. And as they said, right, as Anderson said, oh, that's not what they're talking about. Okay, let's go to Minneapolis. Abolish the police. They voted 12-0 to abolish the police. But, of course, they use taxpayers' money to get security for them for $4,500. They were announced to $1.6 million a year. Funny how that works, doesn't it? They get protected. You who pay them, you're not protected. Seattle, like I just said, the chief, a black woman, she stepped down. She retired because they defunded the police in Seattle. So this is going on in California. So this is going on in San Francisco. And I got to laugh how this is. I go look this up. Go and Google this. I ain't got this right now because I'm right now, but let me see. It's just crazy. Can't believe that nonsense. This craziness right here of de Blasio. Oh my goodness. You are a jeez. You are a special piece of work, sir. He's a stupid man and a smart man at the same time. Funny how that works, does it? Funny how that works. But yeah, let me see if I can find. What de Blasio did is despicable. What he did is just oh man.
On the Upper West Side of Manhattan as
Dad?
Hey Google.
Hell. Of course.
But he goes and marches with these people. He supports it. Rioting, yet for some reason, Bill de Blasio sides with the riots. I mean, not overtly like telling people to go out and riot, but he goes and marches with these people. He supports it. He paints their message. And then what do we get? Destroyed businesses from COVID, destroyed businesses from riots. Then we get Andrew Cuomo putting sick COVID patients into nursing homes, resulting in the death of 6,500 people. Now they've set up checkpoints around Manhattan. There's a 14-day quarantine and a $10,000 fine for anybody who breaks that quarantine, guaranteeing that tourists will not come. And the end result, property values are tanking. People are already fleeing the city, leaving empty buildings behind. Tourists won't come. They're facing a $30 billion budget shortfall. And my question is, why? Well, I speculated in the past, maybe it's just ineptitude. They have no idea what they're doing. Bill de Blasio now mocking the wealthy as they flee while Andrew Cuomo begs them to stay because they need their money. But Bill de Blasio, wow, he calls them fair weather friends. Why would he do this? So I started to speculate. Maybe what's going to happen is once everyone flees and leaves these empty, worthless properties, the prices tank, the rich people come in, buy up all the buildings. Then once the economy recovers, now they own large swaths of the city. Yeah. It appears that's actually the case, only it's coming from the government. We're now learning what may be the true motive of Bill de Blasio. Why is he putting homeless people in luxury hotels? Why is he putting convicted offenders near playgrounds? Why would he do this? It's going to destroy the economy. It's going to destroy property value. It's going to drive people out. And there it is. De Blasio reveals he wants to buy empty NYC buildings and turn them into affordable housing, after moving 13,000 homeless into hotels for more than $2 million a night.
This is Tim Pool. You go check that, but you also go check out this because this is dailymail.com for New York. But here's the funny part. All right, let's get it. De Blasio said on Tuesday the city's plan to purchase buildings to turn them into affordable housing. The city's refusing to disclose which type of buildings he is talking about due to privacy concerns. Currently, there are more than 13,000 homeless people being housed in 139 hotels all over New York City. The city is paying for it, and sources say that it costs $175 per person, estimated $2.2 million every day. They will remain in hotels, he said, until they have received the vaccine, which could have another 6 months yet. Homeless people were removed from shelters to avoid outbreaks of COVID early this year. De Blasio now says that their opportunity to get creative when it comes to placing permanently. Meanwhile, taxpayers, residents in Upper West Side say that this is terrifying their own neighborhoods. 3 hotels, the Belshare, the La Croix, and the Belnor, are now hosting homeless. Among all these are sex offenders, drug addiction, addicts who are residents have said they're taking over the streets because they have pictures of it too, like these guys are just masturbating in the middle of the freaking streets. Just like if you go to California in San Francisco, they have an app to find people who takes poop because they literally a guy walks in the middle of the street, put his pants down, and defecate in the middle of the street. Homeless people are out there having sex in the middle of the street. Now, here's the thing that does kind of, I don't know, let me ask a question. Let me see this straight. So let me get this thing. You can't go, again, this is why I said listen carefully. You cannot go and open up your restaurant, your business, nothing to get money, right? You have these people who are homeless, who are drug addicts, and most of these people choose to be that. Not all of them, but most of them choose to be drug addicts and stuff. And you can see, if you go to those hotels and you see the pictures, that's why I say go Google the pictures, and you see them masturbate in the streets. They got a hand under the pants and doing it, and oh my goodness, just crazy in the middle, like right there on the sidewalk and everything. Right there, the people are scared to go down their own sidewalks because of that. The funny thing about that is, though, you can't get no profits, but you still are paying for these people to live in a luxury hotel. Look at those hotels they call. Go look at them and see how they look like. You're paying $2.2 million a day. A day. The taxpayers are paying this. And he's using the taxpayer money to buy the bills around these places where the property prices drop. So he could, and using your money to buy these buildings and then send it back to the city. They send it back to the city and he keeps the profit. Wow. Wow. Y'all talking about the president, forget that. I've said it multiple times. Local people are very corrupt. They're the ones who do screw you over so much. So much, okay? They do. Look at that. That's ridiculous, man. In North Carolina, I can tell you right now, because we have a business bypass. I remember what happened. This was a Republican that did this, and I hated when he did this too. Bought up all the farmlands because he know where the new business 70 was going to be at. But all the farmlands, taxpayer money, because taxpayers pay him. Bought up the farmlands, then sold the farmlands to the DOT, because he know that's where the route where the new highway is going to go, and he made millions of dollars off of that. Just like the Republican in North Carolina again, who was on the national security team, who sold $1 million of stocks, before the COVID hit, because he had inside information. And trust me, the Democrats are just as that corrupted as well too. You know what? I want to play that clip too. I wasn't, but I'm gonna play that clip too. But I just put it on the screen so you could see for yourself. This is crazy. This is how they make their money and rule you. That's why I have no as they say, do you have no respect for Congress people? Again, flip you. I ain't gonna use the flip you. Seriously. But let me play a clip of this, because this is just ridiculous stuff. Again, so I just gave you hear how I do things. I give you examples of a Democrat doing horrible things. I give you a Republican doing both things. Both parties do this nonsense. Here's one from Dianne Feinstein.
Of the ancient Democrat from Cal Unicornia, Dianne Feinstein.
Well, there clearly is a difference between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Really?
Where I live, we hold China as a potential trading partner, as a country that has pulled tens of millions of people out of poverty in a short period of time, and as a country growing into a respectable nation among other nations.
Okay.
You gotta be kidding me, Dianne Feinstein. Here's the funny part about that story. Dianne Feinstein, they found that her driver was a Chinese spy. Can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. She had a Chinese spy, and her husband has made hundreds of millions of dollars off of the same thing, like I just said, what the Republicans did. So, no, Dianne. The same thing with Nancy Pelosi, what happened with Nancy Pelosi with the thing with the whole bullet train. Who got the deal to make clear the ground for the bullet train? Just like I said, what the Republicans did in North Carolina with the highway. Her husband, the Nancy Pelosi husband, did. I think it's like 2 miles. 20 million per mile. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Politicians. Again, you go look this up too. James Gordon on the Night Show. Go look at that up too. You telling me Nancy Pelosi cares about the little folks like us? Because she was on national TV when she's supposed to be working, but she didn't want to go work because Orange Man bad. Let me not go to him. But instead of working what she's supposed to do, what she did, oh wait, she has a ice cream collection. She was on TV, national TV before the COVID hit, national TV, showing off her freezers that's worth more than my cars, okay? There was what, Sub-Zero's like $25,000 per freezer. She had 2 freezers, 2. And she has an ice cream collection. And, okay, I have a video game collection. It's tangible. Hey, I don't gotta worry about it melting. I ain't gotta worry about. I could play it anytime. She has an ice cream collection, which has expiration date. How out of touch is that? And again, like I just showed with Bill de Blasio, look what he's doing. Crooked pieces of people. I feel for New York. I have family people in New York. Y'all. The best I can tell you is get out of New York, but geez, it's gonna be a downward spiral because without the tax revenue, they're gonna tax higher and it's gonna be crappy. But people vote for it is because AOC, she got renewed for a primary. Ilhan Omar, she got renewed, which is funny how that works out because Ilhan Omar, I always love the hypocrisy of this lady. We do not like the white man, but married a white man, slept with him. While he was married to another person, I'm telling you, if she was back in Somalia and this happened, she would have been stoned to death because of their culture. But again, and I'm not against Muslim, but again, you don't follow your own tenets, just like a Christian who don't follow their own tenets. But I love how that works, though. White people are the devil, but you're sleeping with one. How does that work? Same thing with Lightfoot. Same thing with what's the guy from CNN? Don Lemon. Like all these things, like, oh, white people are bad, but you are with them. What? Oh, except it's just weird. I don't understand it, but whatever. That's the world we live in now. That's the world we're living in. It's getting crazier and crazier how things are. But hey, just prove my point again. Just take your time, listen, and see what's going on in the world, because I hope that people will do their own research and see how paper thin this reality is. Again, they're teaching you crazy stuff in school. They ask you to be a woman of color, but they take the woman of color down. They take down a woman of color, they prop up a woman of color. They say, well, we're doing this for Black Lives Matter, but they don't really do it for Black Lives Matter. And they also take profit off of Black people. They're just showing. And these young kids do not know their history. I don't even know not an inkling of what they're talking about. That's what's going on right now. So, hey, what else can I say? Other than, you know what time it is. It's game over time. So I want to thank you guys out there for joining us again for another Project Open Mic. Just keep your eyes open and look at and be careful how the world is, because it's just ridiculous. I want you to understand that the only thing you can control is your arms and your legs, what you control. So do the right decisions, do the right things, okay? Now, of course, we have our side check. That's going to happen tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow, Saturday. That's how it always works out with side checks. We're going to talk about the ladies. Yeah, we're going to be talking about ladies, because there's some ladies that come up through this that needs to be talked about. Whew, do they need to be talked about? But we're going to talk about ladies, basically relationship in a way, and how the society has gone down this certain path. So check out me and Trip. We talk about a side chat about, like I said, those topics. And again, if people want to join it, let me know. Hey, again, you catch me at Project Open Mic T3 at gmail.com or Project Open Mic on Twitter. Project Open Mic on Instagram. And of course, if you're not listening to people, listen to me through YouTube, Project Open Mic on YouTube, where you catch past videos where we talk about certain topics, of course. So that's how it worked out with that. So with me, guys, hope you guys have a good night. Catch us again for the side chat. And man, things to talk about, okay? So this is Thursday. Hope you guys have a pleasant Friday, a pleasant weekend. This is your boy, Tick of Project Open Mic. I want you guys to be cool with your family and chill. Have a good weekend. And with that, I will always say evil comes in all shapes, sizes, color, race, creed, gender, nationality, sex, heights, make no difference. But as always, people are stupid, individuals are smart. So you know what? You be that smart individual. It's your boy, Take Teeth, Project Open Mic. Peace out.